Hi, I'm Herb NZ0F and welcome to Ham 101. I think the easiest way to explain what Ham 101 is all about is to maybe answer a few questions to start with. So let's get started. I was first licensed in 2009 and I remember the frustration I had when I first got licensed getting involved in the hobby, finding people, finding clubs, finding ways to get on the air, knowing what equipment to buy, things like that. Those were questions that I had a hard time finding answers to when I first got licensed. And I did it myself. I studied for the ham test online using some of the online practice tests and whatnot, found a VE session and went and took my test and passed it first try. So, you know, I'm not unlike a lot of other people who have gotten licensed in the last 10 years or so that has done it on their own. And so I really knew no other hams at that point. I just knew that I was interested in the hobby and wanted to use it to do some things and to have some fun, and it was a good kind of later in life hobby to get me involved and keep me active in my post-retirement period. So that was kind of what started the idea of Ham 101, is knowing that there were a lot of people that were in the same situation that I was in, that need just a little bit of help to get over the hump, to get started in the hobby, to get on the air and start getting some enjoyment out of their license privileges. So the question of why we need Ham 101 kind of goes back to the history of licensing in the U.S. The ham licensing requirements have changed quite a bit in the last 20 to 25 years. Starting in 1991, the FCC started changing some of the licensing requirements, and a lot of those changes took place over a period of time and really kind of ended in 2007 when they removed the Morse code requirement from any of the license class tests. So that was the last time anybody needed to know Morse code. But prior to that, and if you go clear back into the 90s, what you find was that there wasn't a lot of online resources. There weren't the practice tests online. This was a hobby that you really couldn't get into on your own. You had to know somebody, you had to have somebody that came alongside you to mentor you, to coach you, to encourage you, to help you get involved in the hobby. And so that was where, that's what's changed that has caused Ham 101 to become a necessary or a useful thing to a lot of new hams. As I said, when I got licensed, I did it all by myself. Really didn't even know any other hams when I first got licensed. So it was very difficult for me. So what Ham 101 does is fill the gap that was created when we made this a little easier to do by yourself. And so a lot of hams today are getting licensed without really knowing anything about the hobby. They don't know very many other hams. They don't know how to get on the air. They don't know where to buy equipment. They just don't know what to do next. And so that's a frustrating hump that we help people get over. So that's kind of why Ham 101 was created. And we hope the series of videos that's coming up here will help you get over that hump and get involved in the hobby. So what we'll do in the video series coming up, and hopefully you'll see the links to the videos below in the description of this video, is to help you with some easy first steps. Some first steps to get you connected into the hobby, to get you some good reliable sources of information, to help you figure out what you want to buy in the way of a radio or other equipment that will help you get out of the hobby what you're looking for, and also get you on the air, to give you some tips to make it easy to push that mic button for the first time. That's a big barrier for a lot of folks and a big hurdle, so we're going to try to help you with that. That's the first video right after this episode. The one after that, we'll talk about nets and what those are and why those are great opportunities to help you get involved in the hobby. We'll also take up some other topics like public service events and other ways that you can get involved in the hobby. And I hope that you'll leave me comments. I hope that we continue to expand this series beyond just these first 3 or 4 episodes to help you get involved in the hobby and to find out what is it about the becoming active in ham radio that you find particularly frustrating that maybe we can help with, and to explore some technical topics of a kind of a beginner level kind of stuff, and to help respond to what you need rather than what I think you need. So I will look forward to those comments, and we'll expand the series as we need to address those comments and to create more videos. But until then, look for the next episode on YouTube and 73, and we'll talk to you later.